What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Nour Trades, and today I bring you another Sunday stock watch list. They've all been amazing, so if you haven't, set an alert for this video and have been missing it, then you're missing out on a lot of money. First of all, hit that like button, subscribe, comment down below what other stocks you want me to look at, what other videos you would like me to make, and also click that alert button. Stop missing videos. Last week, if I tell you all the stocks that you missed, you'd probably be depressed about all the, the plays that I gave you guys. But let's go ahead and get started with the video. First thing we're going to do is talk about the schedule for this week. So, screenshot this. This tells you what's going on, during the week, what you're trading during, any important events that, you may not like trading through. Maybe when, John Williams speaks, the market acts funny, whatever. Screenshot this. If you want clear pictures, go to my Instagram. I have an Instagram just for my trading page, which is called Trade Like Nour on Instagram. I only have 3 Instagrams: Nour Trades, Trade Like Nour, and StockHours for my members. I have over 1,000 people in my chat. But I will leave this up for you. Screenshot this. You can also go to my Instagram and just screenshot from there, clear picture. This is blurry. I don't even know why it looks this funny. But on my Instagram, like I said, I have a clear picture. This is earnings for this week. I wouldn't screenshot this personally if I saw this on someone's YouTube, so don't even screenshot this. Go to my Instagram. It'll be in the link, down below, or just go to Instagram, Trade Like Nour. But a few stocks that's reporting this week that you may know or may like. You have Dish, you have Home Depot, you have Macy's, you have Square, which I like. I like the company and I like trading it. That doesn't mean I like the earnings. I like Nvidia, I like Lowe's, Six Flags you may like, whatever, Etsy, Beyond Meat, that usually moves a nice little amount, Moderna, you have Wayfair, you have a whole bunch of things reporting, AMC Networks, and DraftKings. That's DKNG, that's actually on this week's watch list, and Nvidia, but probably should take them off since they have earnings. But those are things that you might want to watch, so go to Trade Like Nour, screenshot. If you see that their contracts are more expensive than usual, then you know why. They have earnings this week. So let's go ahead and talk about last week what we talked about. We talked about Bitcoin making all-time highs, what stocks you should be buying or watching if you like Bitcoin. So Mara, let's go to the last 5 days. This stock has just been ridiculously pushing. Is it me or does this skip a day here? Oh, okay. Monday was off. Yeah. Alright, cool. Hey Siri, what was last Monday's date?
It was Monday, February 8th, 2021.
Whatever, dude. But yeah, so we have Mara right here. This is something you can find. Riot. If you're into, following Bitcoin, Mara, Riot, Square's been killing it. We talked about Nvidia last week. Go ahead and look at Nvidia. That hit a high of 614. So these are all the stocks that I look at when I'm following Bitcoin. But as of last week, a few bangers. Let's just talk about it. Quick highlights. I told you guys to look at the 780 support. We actually broke right through that. And as you can see, we came all the way down to 762. And that was the low of the week right there. So we hit 762. It bounced. It's kind of, consolidating. We'll talk more about that for this week. SPY, we ended up pulling back on the 4 hour. Yeah. So we made a new high, and then we ended up pulling back under 390. But let's talk about the actual highlights. So ZM was a banger. So if you look at ZM here, I was talking about the gap on the 1 year. I said if you guys like gap plays, like I gave you another banger, I believe Netflix, maybe like 2 weeks ago, on the gap play all the way down. It was like a 70 or 80 point play. This one, I was talking about the break of 434. This ended up pushing to a high of like 451. And I said it had room to around 460. So that was a great, another gap play. Shop. Oh, that never happened because we were looking for the 1500 break. That'll be on the watch list for this week. Google, I said watch Google's break. It has a little flag going on. So if you put this on the 1 hour, you'll see exactly what we were talking about last week. I said watch for this flag to be broken. We ended up breaking this 2100 area. We pushed all the way to 2145. So it was a great day trade if you took that. Another one, CCIV. The momentum behind that, I ended up day trading it. I believe the video was made right here. This was the day after the video right here. We ended up pushing from 38 all the way up to 64. Another one from the watch list. Airbnb, we never ended up breaking, but if you take a look, Baidu, I did terrible on Friday. I was actually red. If you follow my trading page, you'll see I post my red days and my green days. Baidu, I ended up being red because I didn't follow through with the plan. But I talked about the 320 break. We ended up breaking 320. We pushed all the way to 346. You know, straight bangers from last week. And this week, I'll give you a few plays that I'm looking at. Not much going on just because the market pulled back, so it always falls into a weird state, right? So that things need to, you know, settle in so that I can see what's going on. So since we've had a pullback the last, you know, day or 2 days, it was really like Friday that it got a little crazy. But I'm waiting for things to settle more so that I can give more of my view. But for now, I'm going to give you my short little watch list that I'm looking at for this week. So obviously, Bitcoin's making new highs. If we cross the 60K mark, you'll see Nour and Ride kill it. But besides that, you guys know what stocks I look at when I look at Bitcoin. Let's actually talk about the stocks that I'm looking at. Baidu. Since we're on here, that's actually the first thing for this week. Baidu, I'm looking at this high right here. I'm looking at 350. So if we break this, I'm looking at that 350 mark. If we can break that, we're looking at another leg. Baidu, when this runs, you know, when I say things runs like Roku, remember when I talked about that? You know, Baidu, when it wants to run and it picks these days, it just continues. And especially when it catches momentum like this with volumes, because, you know, you can hop on the 4 hour and you can zoom in here and see that we had, you know, some great volume down here on Friday. So we were killing it on Friday with volume with Baidu. So I'm looking at that. I'm trying to see if momentum will continue, and I'll be in the same direction as Baidu, and hopefully I can get my money back from Baidu. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm not chasing. Never chase something that you lost on, but that's something that I'm definitely looking at. Baidu. Amazon. Weakness here. Chart's all messed up. Almost said the F word, but this chart is messed up here. As far as, you know, it's just ugly. Caught this on Friday. As you guys can see, I created a channel for Amazon. This broke right through. We broke from 32.96 down to 32.40. Cashed out on that. I was still red for the day on Friday, but I'm looking at the weakness here. You guys can see that we're holding this level right here around the 32.40 level. If we start cracking through as a whole market, ES, SPY, NQ, you know, tech stocks, the first thing that you should be looking at is stocks that are already heavily weak. So on Friday, we were down negative 2.35% on Amazon. Tesla, we were down less than 1%. So Tesla, they are buying the dip. And 780 is still an important level. As far as the day trade, that we're walking away from this. I'm not playing the 780 anymore. That was for that one time. But 780 is important for Tesla to continue to closing above. So every day Tesla's broke under 780, it's still closed above for the day. So that's very important. So they're holding this up. I don't know how long that'll last, especially if the market gets a lot weaker. So keep an eye on Tesla. If those things start slipping under key levels, especially Tesla under that 780, and it closes under 780 and the market continues to be weak, you want to be actively looking at those stocks, because those stocks are going to move a lot quicker than the other stocks to the downside. So we talked about Amazon, we talked about Tesla. Tesla actually, we have to talk a little bit more. But like I said, I'm looking at the 780 level as far as closing under. Now I want to actually, for the day trade, here, let me explain that better. All these lines, don't get it messed up. This Mac, I always have issues. It won't let me take the lines off, but I trade on my PC, so it doesn't even matter. But for the video, it looks crazy. These are all pre-split lines. It doesn't want to go away. I tried everything. But you guys can see it's been closing above 780. I'm looking at this 762 level. If we start breaking below, I will day trade it. As far as, you know, Tesla's pulled back, but does it matter, you know, in the coming weeks? Well, it'll matter if we close under 780. That'll be a technical level. That'll be important. We have a little uptrend that I created here. Keep an eye on that. Maybe that'll show us some, you know, effects if we start breaking through. Obviously, we haven't tested it yet, so when we test it, you'll be able to tell. I used these lines. I'll tell you the first one was November 24th. Crossed it all the way over, so we're getting close to it, but I'm watching 762. And that line is around 763. So I'm watching that for the day trade. I'm watching 780 for maybe a longer term or medium term effect on Tesla for weakness. So that's the Tesla and Amazon effect that I'm looking at. But the next thing I'm looking at is Roku. Roku. So Roku was green on Friday. I like when stocks are green while the general market is red. But if you go on this chart right here on Roku, you can see we have this uptrend from the top side, meaning every time we make a new high, we get stuck at this trend, which isn't a bad thing. It still means the stock is on an uptrend and is bullish. It just has a cap on where it can go. So what we're going to do here is we're going to add a drawing. I don't know why I did that. You're going to add a drawing, and this is how you're going to look at this consolidation. You're going to start it from the top here. This is how I like doing it. And you're going to bring it under here. And as you can see, we're just in a consolidation for nothing really much going on other than the consolidation. Hitting the top trend. I can higher this a little bit more actually so that you guys can see. Right here. And I'm going to use the high. And I'm going to watch this trend because obviously you're like, yo, crosses 500, this got to go. You know, watch this trend so that you don't get in too late and you ended up getting rejected and you're like, yo, why the hell did it pull back? Well, there's a trend going on that you need to be paying attention to. So watching Roku, I don't know which side we're going to break. It's a consolidation for a reason. We can break to the downside or break to the upside. I'm watching for both sides here. Shopify, still looking at that 1500 level. It never happened last week. We never broke through, but if we end up breaking through, this is something that I'm looking at, the 1500 level for the upside for Shopify. When Shopify breaks significant numbers, it likes taking runs. So for example, where's the 1300 level? We broke 1300 and we pushed, to 1500 very quickly. We ended up pulling back because of earnings, but I'm not worried about that since we've already pushed back up here. DKNG, we have earnings this week, like Nvidia. I want to put Nvidia on here, but it's too expensive for me to even worry about. I'll worry about it after earnings. So, DKNG, we have this coming back up. I'm watching the 65 level. We can break out. We're looking at a nice push on DKNG. So, I'm watching the 65 level on DKNG. Same thing with Nvidia. Well, DKNG has earnings, so I'll wait till earnings. But DKNG has earnings. Nvidia also has earnings, so it's going to be pretty expensive this week. But I'm watching the 615 level, especially with Bitcoin making new highs. And, for any of my gamers out there, graphics cards are nearly impossible to get on Nvidia because I've been trying to get the 3090s, but I haven't got my hand on it, and I'm not paying resale value. So Nvidia, I'm watching this. They have earnings this week, but pay attention to it. It's going to be expensive. SQ, SQ, something else I'm looking at for this week. As you can see, we're pushing back up. We pulled back, but we pushed off strong, and we were up 2% on Friday, while stocks like Amazon were down 2%. CCIV down 8%. Baidu was up nicely. I loved it. ZM was down less than 1%. A whole bunch of stocks were red. Apple was red. So things that are strong on weekdays show me, strength. People are buying on weekdays. I'm watching this 280, 283 level for another leg on Square to take off here. Just like Nvidia, this likes to move with Bitcoin. And it has its strength with Bitcoin. So those are all the stocks that I'm looking at for this week. Not that much, but like I said, the market's pulled back, so it's in a weird spot. I like for things to settle down before I can have a nice list of all the things that I'm looking at. So if you guys enjoyed that video, hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below what other videos you might want to see or any other stocks you want to see on next week's Sunday stock watch list. And also, any more information about me, scroll down in the description. It'll be there. I'll see you guys. Peace.